Okay, it's been a little while, a little longer than I normally wait to do this, but they're still okay as long as they're covered. So I'm going to take the roasted peppers, and you see how it's all been all crinkled up? You see that? And so I'm just going to pull the skin off, just like that. And I have my 1 cup measuring cup because we need a cup of the roasted bell pepper. And so I'm just pulling the skin off, and I'll put it in my measuring cup. And then the rest I'm just going to save. So here, pulls off really, really quickly when you let it sit. See, it pulls off really quickly. So I have my 1 cup measuring cup. Let me do it here. And just pull it right off. Just pulls right off. It's wonderful. So easy to make these things. You see red bell peppers on sale, which in the summer is really nice. I see them on sale a lot. Someday I'll grow my own maybe. Okay, so I have a cup. I'm going to add a little extra, 1 extra. Okay, so that's a cup. And then the rest I'm just going to put in this bowl. I have a bowl here. I'm just going to put the rest. Because I did 4 bell peppers. They were pretty large. But now I have, so I guess about 2 to 3 bell peppers is a good amount for this one recipe. So you need 1 cup of red bell peppers. Okay, the other ingredients for making this pesto are 3 cloves of garlic, and you just have to take the garlic and peel it. And I'm almost done with that. Okay. And so my extra over here. So I have my food processor out here. So I'm just going to, nope, I'm not going to put that in yet. The first thing we're going to do is take the garlic. So I have a few cloves of garlic, and just going to show you. All you have to do is take it and put on your cutting board and smash it, and the peel just comes right off really easily. Okay, and I like to cut off the end. Okay, now you want to take the garlic. So garlic cloves, 3 to 4 garlic cloves. Put it in your food processor, and if you don't have a food processor, I've never tried it in a blender, but I think it would probably come out okay in a blender too. And a 1/3 cup of pine nuts. And if you find pine nuts, roasted pine nuts, that's good. It gives it the flavor of the nut comes out more when it's roasted. But if you just find plain pine nuts, then you want to either put them in a dry frying pan and shake them around for a few minutes over the heat, and just get them a little toasty, or just use them plain. But I like to have them toasty. I buy them toasted. So the garlic and the pine nuts and the cover. 1 second. Cover for my food processor, and just give it a few pulses till it's all chopped up. And then the next thing I'm going to add is a 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. So we have 3 cloves of garlic. I have like 4 or 5. I like garlic. A 1/3 cup of pine nuts. Now we're going to add the Parmesan. A 1/3 cup of grated or shredded Parmesan cheese. The red bell pepper, the roasted red bell pepper. that all around. So that is 1 cup of roasted red bell pepper. And again, if you don't make them, you can find them in the jar in the supermarket. And the basil leaves. So this recipe calls for 1 cup of basil leaves. So I'm just going to take some of these large. I have some basil right here. Several large leaves of it. So to measure, just going to shove them in there, press them down. And I have some growing, but I just started it, so they're not very large yet. But I started using basil a lot lately, and so I'm growing my own. Okay, so that's about a cup. And a little bit more maybe. Okay, so I'm going to take this basil, just going to give it a quick rinse. Put it in there, in the bowl of the food processor. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. So I took a good pinch, a little bit of salt, half a teaspoon or so, some freshly ground black pepper. Just 1 or twice around the bowl. And then cover it. I'm just going to hit my pulse button and pulse it a little bit. Okay, so it's all combined. It's all combined, and then we're going to, you want to take, okay, so let's see, we have 3 cloves of garlic, a 1/3 cup of pine nuts, mix that up. Then a 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a cup of the roasted red bell pepper, a cup of basil leaves, half a teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper. Blend that all up in your food processor, or hopefully the blender. Like I said, I do think the blender would work well. And then you want to take a 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil and pour it while this is going. Then you can turn it on instead of using your pulse. Turn it on, and then you pour your olive oil in the spout. There's 2 places for me. This one says oil dispenser, but I like this is a bigger hole for me. And just let it mix. Okay, and that's it. All I'm going to do now is start the water for my pasta. And then once the pasta is done, you drain it, put it back in the pot, and then you want to save a little bit of the pasta water just in case it's too thick when you put the pesto in it. But then just take the pesto, and we could take it right out of the bowl right now and put it in a, or we could take it out of the food processor and put it in a bowl. Let me take this out. Delicious. And I'm going to just put it in a bowl. So, see how beautiful it looks? Yummy. Just going to scrape it out. You can't see, but my dog is down here. Hey, Bella. She thinks she's getting some, but she's not. Okay. So good. So there's my pesto, my red bell pepper and basil pesto, ready for my pasta. There's one last, so you're going to cook a pound of your penne pasta according to the package directions, and then drain it, and then save a little of the water before you drain it all out. Just put it in a cup and use it if your pesto, once it's mixed with the penne, is a little too thick. You can loosen it up a little bit. But you can also use, if you want it creamier, which I don't prefer, I don't want the cream in it, but you could put like a quarter cup of heavy cream into that, and it'll give it a nice, I tried it once and I prefer it without, just because of the calories. But you can use it if you like it a creamier consistency and flavor. So that's it for the roasted red pepper and basil pesto penne. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.